Jake Druitt, and on his outside, joining the field, Todd Atkins in the HA36. Inside row number 3, the Victoria number 1 of Kai Walters. On his outside, driving the Bendigo 56 is Graham West. Inside row number 4, driving the Nyora 72 is Scott Angus. Now on his outside, driving for the Paris Family Farms, AX32 is Brody Christie. Inside of row number 5, driving the HO33, Daniel Simpson. And on his outside, driving the AX62 is Casey Garlick. Darcy Wilson, Brad Warren, and Peter Angus. Yellow lights are flashing, Alexandra Speedway. The VMPA Tritech Lubricant Series is in the house. 30 laps on the board. Let's get it on. Atkins and Nello off the front row. Druitt and Atkins from Walters and West. 7 them up hot and fast in 1 and 2. 3 wide if you don't mind. Atkins is going to lead coming off turn number 4. Your opening lap going the way of the A1. And it's Nello. Todd Atkins goes to the top. Here comes Kai Walters on the inside as well. He's having a dig. Brody Christie is locked right in there. Arguably the fastest 6 cars in Victoria right now are locked into this top 6. Scotty Angus pulls into the infield behind me. The left front corner adrift on the Nyora 72. Brock Atkins leads. He's got half a straightaway back to Nello from Jake Druitt, who's putting heavy pressure on Nello. Walters up to 4, Todd Atkins in 5, Christie in 6. Simpson and Westy having a dice. Simpson with a big move up the inside. He puts a pass on West. And it's back to Casey Garlick, Darcy Wilson, Brad Warren, and Peter Angus at the tail. This is the battle. It's 2, 3, and 4. And then we're back to Todd Atkins and Brody Christie dicing it out. Track is elbows up right now. Brock looking comfortable out in front. The Australia one sits nice and he continues to pull distance. Back to Nello. Kai's hammering away at the SA1 of Druitt. Hasn't been able to open up a lane to make it happen yet. Nello's got second, locked down. Christie's right on the hammer of Todd Atkins. This second group of 5 cars are going at it. Todd Atkins has a crack up the inside and Walters has to back out of it. And that opens the door for Christie around the top. Druitt and Walters, pair of number 1s, dicing it up through 3 and 4. Brock is just skipping away at this one. The Adam Holt Industries, Wadea Works, number 1. Looking as comfortable as ever. He's coming up onto lap traffic of Peter Angus. Then it's Nello. Looks a little bit more comfortable now, does Matt Nelson. He's got a gap to play with. Back to Druitt, back to Walters, and they've still got this lap traffic. Nyora 71 of Peter Angus to work their way around. Casey Garlick's right up behind Daniel Simpson now. Deeper in the field. The Tritech Lubricants AX62's got it wound up on the outer groove of Simpson. She judges the lap traffic perfectly and Casey rips the top. Wilson gets into the side of Angus. He's lucky to escape that battle through lap traffic. Does well. And Casey Garlick putting a big move back on Simpson. Simpson rips the bottom. Casey committed to the top. Goes upstairs again on the main straightaway in front of her family. They're cheering her home. Back out in front, Brock Atkins still has a half straightaways lead over a bloke that's done as many laps here as anyone. Matt Nelson in second. Druitt, Walters, Atkins and Christie. No one really able to put a move on each other right now. They're locked down. And Atkins just solid out in front. He's got this thing blown away right now. The Australia one is wound up and locked down. His best lap at 20.335. He's continuing to sail away. Nelson trying his best to stay in touch. They're up to lap traffic once again. It's Peter Angus on the pole line. He's committed there and he's holding his line. He's struggled with that car all night. It's just not running as well as they'd have hoped. Nelson still staying in touch. This is remarkable. The top 6 cars are glued together like they are. Druitt has a big run on Nelson. Coming off turn 4. At the halfway point of this race next time. Atkins just hammering away, looking comfortable still from Matt Nelson, from Jake Druitt. The E-Series Falcon, one of the older cars in the field right now. It's certainly not compared to Graham West in the Tirana, but the E-Series Falcon, the EA747, that's been affectionately known as, out of Mildura, Victoria, has plenty of speed in this thing yet. They're starting to catch Brock Atkins now too. Brock might just be off the hammer a little bit, starting to just nurse the car home and play it safe, but the boys in behind are starting to round up the A1. It's the smallest of margins, but it could play all important as they make more ground through 3 and 4 on the Australian number 1 of Atkins. Walters has Christie right on the rear tail. Todd Atkins is in there too. Warren and West battling around the top side on Angus. Truitt with a big speculator up the inside of Nelson. And the field is bunched back together again. Walters with a big move on Nello. Matt Nelson has problems with the 61. Nello definitely slows in the AX61, and he's got dramas. Here comes Jake Druitt. Keep your eyes on the SA number 1. Brad Warren pulls to the infield as well. The Quick Time Automotive 84 is on the infield. As comes Nello, Matt Nelson in the AX61 to the infield. So battle back on track is Brock Atkins with a bit of a lead over the South Australian champion from the Victorian champion, from Brodie Christie. He knows this track well. Calls Alexandra home, that car, the AX32. It's his home club, home racetrack. Knows it well. He's got to put that to action now as the field start to bunch up behind Westy. They're all locked together behind him. Casey Garlick slows on the bottom side. And Angus goes around. This is where it's going to heat up. Atkins has a pretty good lead, but here comes Walters on the SA champ. He's tucked inside that left rear corner and won't go away. The white and purple V1 is hammering. Putting all the pressure in the world right now on the Mildura 18 of Druitt. Christie is there as well. One wrong move and the Victorian champ is up to 2. He's got to do everything right from here. Westy's got no left front. I don't know where it's gone. And Graham West comes to a stop in turn number 1, boys. I'm not sure if you saw where that came adrift or if it's just tucked wholesale up inside that left front guard, but looks like the left front, he's evacuated the building on the Bendigo 56. I was waiting for it to spear across the infield and give me a triple backflip or something like that, but I don't think it's there anymore.
I'd give you a score out of 10 if you did. No, I saw some officials pointing down towards turn 3, but I'm not 100% sure myself, Liam. I was too busy watching Kai Walters with the front bumper under the back bumper of Druitt in front. He had the rear wheels off the ground coming down the main straightaway. He was giving him the big hurry up.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I love these fended cars that you don't have an issue with that. You certainly can't do it in a sprint car or an open-wheeled wingless or anything like that. I love that you can rub the panels up a bit and scuffle around and upset a couple of these cars. Let them know you're there.
Well, we found Westy's wheel. It's coming to the infield down the bottom of turns 3 and 4 there. And I think Graham's parked about as far away as possible.
Tried to keep it committed for a while.
Yeah. No, I heard it rolling along the main straightaway, dragging the old chassis rail.
Wasn't it? 6 Tirana sits it back. The tilt tray, and Westy walks down to collect his wheel. Set for a start again behind Atkins. What has Walters got this time? What has Druitt got for your race leader in Atkins? It all goes on the line now to decide series round number 3, Victor. Atkins has got to get this thing wound up. Here comes Kai Walters up the inside. Almost grabs Atkins as well. That early thought on the Walters number 1. That always managed to find another gear. And I tell you, they found it then. What has Kai got for Brock around the outside? Into turns number 3. Kai's on the top. He thunders through the ruts, and we have a new race leader. The thing billows a dark flame from the tailpipe of the V1, and we have a new race leader as Kai Walters. Never say die. The Peter Walters, True Design Homes, Victoria number 1 has this thing pieced together right now. Here comes Todd Atkins as well up the inside. Todd's up to 4, nearly into 3. Christie's having a big charge. Tell you what, the Oz 1 just doesn't quite have the pace it had at the start of this race. And Kai continues to step away. It's been fantastic since the restart. And here comes Todd. It's locked to the bottom, and he's going to go to P3 on Brody Christie now. He's got his brother next to contend with, and I think the Atkins 36 might have the speed to do it. Just as I say that, he runs a bit high, grabs some of the looser stuff up top, and Atkins drifts up high. Christie is through, clear for 3 again. It's a cracking battle for number 3 and 4. Atkins in the middle. Laps are winding down. The Victorian champion has this thing shot to bits. His family and the whole crew of supporters, his partner, the whole crew, will be going mental right now on the main straightaway. Coming out of turn 4 one last time. The white flag waves, 1 to run. Into turn 1 and 2 for the final time this race. 29 laps, and it's come down to this. Through 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, bang your hands together. The Victorian champion gets the job done. Brock Atkins through for 2nd. Brody Christie will run 3rd. Todd Atkins, Jake Druitt, Daniel Simpson from Darcy Wilson. And the final car to finish, Peter Angus. Folks, put your hands together as he rolls past the crowd. He'd be stoked with that one. Edges out the national champion with just a few to run. And Brody Christie's right in there as well. Put your hands together. Kai Walters takes the feature race win. And another big step in the right direction to go a back-to-back VMPA Tritech Lubricant Series champ. Cracking race. Brock Atkins did everything right for the first 3 quarters of that and just didn't quite have the speed to hang with the V1 right at the end. Make plenty of noise as he circulates around. Flash the lights, Alexandra Speedway. Hats off to the Victorian champion team. They're right here up on the fence. Plenty of the Walters Racing hoodies. They'll be stoked with that one. The Australia one of Brock Atkins brings it here on the main straightaway. We'll grab a chat with Brock as well. Put your hands together, folks, down the main straightaway one last time. Kai Walters takes your feature event win here at Alexandra Speedway. for 30 laps. He led the ones that counted. It's a gorgeous looking race car and a well-earned effort. And he'll pull up here alongside our top three. And that True Design Homes Victoria #1. We'll grab a chat with Brodie Christie first in front of the home crowd, mate. This AX32 tonight, she's a little battered and bruised in the front end, but you're right there when it counted, mate. Third must feel pretty good.
Yeah, well, I better be careful I run into. This bloke does me shock. So, yeah, look, it was good to be here. We've sort of chased it all night. The track's completely different, but I love being here. I don't care whether I come last or first. I just love being up here. I think these guys do an awesome job. This track keeps getting better. Honestly, do yourselves a favour and come here, because this is unbelievable racing here. It's unbelievable.
I'm sure everyone will have loved the live stream right through the night and got to showcase these mods and just how good they are every time we come back to Alexandra.
Oh, mate, like, I've grown up racing here, and it gets better and better. Like, there's no damage, there's no carnage. It is just off its head racing. So to run door to door with these guys every week, you know, I think the same podium last year, it's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to the Vic title, and I think we can make this one special.
Congratulations, third place tonight, the AX32, Brodie Christie. He's going to congratulate him with Kai. We'll grab second place next. Driving the Elite Shock Services and Tritech Lubricants, Wandon Heavy Haulage, Australia #1, Brock Atkins. Brock, man, you did everything right. Never put a foot wrong. The V1 just had a little bit more right at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. He took off at the end there. He class act as per usual. Kai, he's good on those long runs, and yeah, it's proven. So yeah, thanks to all my guys, everyone on the car, Tritech Lubricants, Wandon Heavy Haulage, Norton Motor Group, DC&TM Auto Alex, Worth Australia, Fringe Benefits. Yeah, I've probably forgotten a dozen. Thanks to Mum, Dad, Todd, Cass, everyone who helps out behind the scenes, and congratulations to the Podium and all the other place getters and everyone else. And yeah, big thanks to Alex for putting the show on. And yeah, I hope this puts Modifieds back on the map at Alex, because this joint's cool.
Can't wait to see you next weekend at Mildura's B&S Earthworks Timber Speedway. Hopefully see the Australia one facing right up the pointy end once again.
Yeah, we'll be there.
It'll be cool, lads. Can't wait to see it. Brock Atkins second tonight in the VMPA Tritech Lubricant Series main event. Ladies and gentlemen, they made plenty of noise while you're rolling around, and give him plenty of applause once again. The Victorian champion, Kai Walters. Done well, mate. You were right there when it counted. You just sort of sat there through most of the race. Knew, obviously, you had a pretty good race car underneath you and got the job done where it mattered.
Yeah, well, funny you say that, because I thought it was fairly average. And, you know, after that pole shuffle there, we just threw heaps of stuff at car stuff. I've never even tried it before, so I'm pretty happy that it worked out well, you know. Yeah, congrats to Brodie and Brock. I'm pretty sure it's the last podium, the same podiums like when we visited last time, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, good, just a good job to the Alex crew and the club, and the guys doing the track. The track's excellent, 2 lanes, so yeah, just big thank you to everyone that helps out on the team, and my parents and everyone in the crew, and Rachel, and yeah, just stoked.
I'm sure we'll see you next weekend at Mildura as well. Can't wait to see that there. Obviously, plenty of money on offer. How far will that go in this race team, mate? Currently, everything's getting pretty grueling after a fairly big blue ribbon event season, so it'd be cool to pocket another 10. It would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice. No, the track at Mildura is excellent now, so yeah, it races really well. So you know, that's just probably a draw card in itself. So no, the money's just a bonus, but you know, you race because you love it, and yeah, the money just helps out.
Congratulations. Tonight's main event winner. He'll grab a photo with the feature winner board and grab all the photos of our podium here tonight for your 30-lap main event. And the Victorian champion driving the True Design Homes Falcon, Kai Walters, gets the job done. Make plenty of noise for Brock Atkins, the Australian champion, in second. In the home AX32 of Brodie Christie right there in third. Well, boys, he's made me pick someone, and I think I had that nailed, hey?
You nailed it, Liam. Absolutely spot on. Great pick, the Victorian champion, Kai Walters. Just thinking to myself, I'd love to see some of these guys come over to WA to race. It's been a long time since we've had anyone from outside of WA come and run with the modified guys in the West. I'd love to see some of these guys on some of our tracks over there. Of course, the national title is due for modified sedans at WA next year, but a couple other shows in and around that would be pretty cool, to say the least. But Jared, it's been a great opening day/evening to the Raslar Engineering SSA National Junior Sedan title. 21 heats in the books. Carter Metcalf and Kane Della undefeated with 108 points. Aidan Rigby with 100. They've started in the best fashion. We'll have a full press release up on the Speedway Sedans Australia Facebook page in the next little while with a few photos and bits and pieces from night number 1, and there'll be plenty of